Hey traders, Gavin here from Options Trading IQ doing a video collaboration with Barchart. And today we're going to be talking about rolling covered calls. I'll show you exactly when to roll them, how to roll them, and why it can boost both your income and upside potential. So let's get started. Just a quick reminder that everything discussed is for educational purposes only, is general in nature and does not take into account your personal circumstances. So what exactly does rolling a covered call mean? Rolling simply means closing your current short call and opening a new one. You can roll to a different strike, a different expiration, or both. The goal is to adapt as the market moves and keep your position working for you. Why do we roll a covered call? There are four main reasons to roll: to capture more premium, to avoid assignment when the stock moves higher, to increase the upside if you're bullish and don't want to cap your stock gains too early, and finally, tax considerations. Sometimes if our covered call has gone in the money, we might not want those shares to be called away because that could trigger capital gains tax. So we might need to roll or adjust our covered call in that case. Let's look at our first example, which is rolling down to produce more income. So for example, if your stock has dropped, your covered call may have lost value. You can buy it back cheaply and sell a new call closer to the current stock price. A good rule of thumb is if your covered call that you've sold has lost 80% of its value, that's a good time to buy it back. Rolling down increases the premium collected and helps to offset any potential unrealized losses in the stock. The trade-off is you're giving up some upside if the stock rebounds. Let's take a quick look at an example. Here we're looking at CRM and the stock has dropped a bit recently. So let's assume we had sold this 265 strike call option. That's now dropped to about 90 cents. And it's pretty unlikely that the stock's going to get back above 265 in the next 2 weeks. So we could buy that one back for 90 cents. We could roll it down to 250 and we would receive $267 for selling the new strike. So again, we buy this one back for 90 cents to close it and we sell to open this one for 267. For doing that on a net basis, we've received about $175 in extra premium, but we have reduced our upside potential. Now we could potentially have the shares called away at 250. If we look at the return numbers, if we just continue to hold this strike from this point on, we've only got an annualized return potential of about 8.2%. If we roll down, we're getting a return potential of 24.5%. Again, the trade-off is we're giving up some of that upside between 250 and 265. Another scenario you might come across is the stock has rallied and you want to roll your call option up. If the stock's rallied, your short call might be in the money. To regain upside, you can roll the call up to a higher strike. This will usually be a debit transaction. So the premium that you receive for selling the new call option at that higher strike is going to be lower than what it's going to cost you to buy back the initial covered call. But you can think of it as buying back some upside potential or giving yourself some more capital gain potential. The only way to do this move for a credit would be to roll up in price and out in time. And we're going to have a look at that shortly. But for now, let's have a look at rolling up for some more upside. Let's use NVIDIA as an example. It's had a really nice rally recently. Let's say the stock has gone up through our short strike of 180. We could buy this one back. It's going to cost us $10.20 to buy that strike back. If we roll it up to get it back out of the money, let's say we roll it up to 195, we're only going to receive $273 for selling that new strike, but we've given ourselves some more upside potential. So to do this roll, it's actually going to cost us about $745, $750. So it's going to be a net debit. It's going to cost us premium and it's reducing our income potential from the trade, but we're giving ourselves a little bit more upside potential. We're also getting that strike further out of the money rather than being in the money. So we've actually reduced or removed our risk of the shares being called away via assignment as well. Another thing you can do is roll out in time. So when expiration approaches, you can roll out to a later date. This lets you keep earning income from time decay while maintaining covered call protection. Rolling out also helps if you want to avoid assignment and continue with the strategy. Let's go and take a look. This time we're going to look at Apple and we're going to actually use weekly options this time. Let's say we have this covered call at the 260 strike with only 3 days to expiration. We want to roll that out in time. We're going to keep the strike price the same at 260, but we're just going to roll it out 2 weeks. So we would buy to close this one. That's going to cost $47. If we go out to October 17th and the 260 strike, we're going to receive $265 for selling that new call option. And we've kept our strike price exactly the same. On a net basis for making that move, we've received about $215, $220 in premium for making that move and rolling out 2 weeks. The final example we're going to look at is rolling up and out. This is one of the most common adjustments. For example, if your stock rallies above your strike, you might close the current call and sell a later dated higher strike call. If you think about that NVIDIA example that we looked at, when we kept the expiration date the same, we just rolled up in price. It actually cost us about $745 to do that. What we want to try and do is roll up, but also roll out in time in order to do it for less of a cost or even potentially generate a small credit. So rolling up and out pushes out your break-even price, keeps the income flowing, and gives you more upside potential. Let's go take a look. So going back to our NVIDIA example, we've got this 180 strike covered call. It's gone in the money. It's getting closer to expiration. So we're starting to get closer to having assignment risk and having our shares called away. So we want to buy this back. Again, that's going to cost us $10.20 to buy back. If we decide to roll out to November, we could sell the 190 strike, which is slightly out of the money, and we could sell that for $10.85. So we would get a credit of about $60 for making that trade. And we've also increased our strike price, given ourselves a bit more upside potential, and reduced our assignment risk. If we wanted to receive more of a credit and perhaps roll the strike even higher, we could look at going out to December. So here's our December options. We could roll to that 190 strike. We'd get a credit of $13.40. So buying back the October 180 call for $10.20, selling this new 190 call for $13.40, it's going to result in a credit of about $320. And again, we've rolled our strike up and given ourselves a little bit more upside potential, got it back out of the money, reduced our assignment risk. If we wanted to roll it a little bit higher, we could choose this, say, 195 call option. Again, we're still going to get a credit of about $100 here, and we've rolled our call option even further out of the money. Sometimes the best choice is no roll at all. If you're happy getting assigned and locking in the gains, just let the shares get called away, wait for a pullback, and then you can look to re-enter the position. Rolling just for the sake of it can add costs without improving your risk and reward. So always make sure the new position that you're rolling to is something that you're happy with in terms of the premium that you're receiving and the upside potential that's remaining in the trade. Let's talk about some of the risks and trade-offs. Rolling isn't always free. You may pay slippage and commissions, you might give up some upside gains, or you might increase your downside exposure. Always make sure the roll improves your position, either by boosting income, buying more time, or raising your upside potential. Covered call rolling is all about flexibility. Roll down to boost your income, roll up for more upside, roll out to extend time, or roll up and out to do both. Done right, rolling keeps your covered calls working for you in changing markets. If you found the video helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.